plaintiff, Deidre Lucky, says she met the defendant on a dating site, and on their third or fourth date, they became intimate. Deidre insists she thought the defendant was using protection, but she ended up pregnant, and now he's denying paternity. Deidre's suing for emotional distress, and she petitioned the court for a DNA test. Defendant Demetrius Smith says within the first week of meeting Deidre, they had consensual, unprotected sex. Demetrius suspects Deidre was having unprotected sex with other men as well, so that's why he has doubts about fathering her child.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
All right, and ma'am, you're suing the defendant for $2,500 for emotional distress, and you've petitioned the court for a DNA test. You want the DNA test.
Yes, that's correct.
He's claiming he had a baby by you, and you don't believe it. You denying.
Okay.
I can rule on this right now, man. That is physiologically impossible. So I don't know who you kidding. I know a lot of people want to con the judge, but the con runs out on this one, ma'am. I'm not. Ooh, sweet blood. Okay. That's usually what I have in here, man.
Oh, man.
The man is saying, I want to sue for a DNA test. I can't afford one, and I want to get one. And she claiming I owe her, and this is emotional stress because she's been claiming this for 2 months. This time he is denying the paternity, and so you want a test.
Yes.
All right. Tell me a little bit about the background of your friendship, relationship, or otherwise association.
Oh, child. Okay. So
that's right.
my journey.
See, I don't even take that as disrespectful. Most folks, if you don't say your honor or judge, it's usually disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I'll allow child. Go ahead. Ooh, child. Okay, you can refer to me in that manner.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I do apologize. It's just exhausting. My journey with this guy has been very difficult. Mm-hmm. I met him last year on a dating website in March, at the end of March. I noticed he was a little arrogant. Matter of fact, not a little, a lot. I asked for his name on social media. Mm-hmm. And I go on social media, every picture is of him and his muscles and in the gym. And it's just, he was a little extra. So I just told him I didn't think we would mesh. Mm-hmm. He said, no, I'm a good guy. Give me a chance. So I said, okay, let's talk for a little bit. We go out on a few dates. A few dates.
A few dates?
A few dates, Your Honor. Around the third or fourth time we did get intimate. Supposedly.
Better give her a side, sir, and then I'll let you respond.
Supposedly there was protection. I seen it at the beginning, okay? It felt a little different within the session. After the session, I didn't see no protection. And this is on everything I love. I am so serious. So I said, okay, that was a little scary. I called it off again. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just excited. This is what I got, okay? Around May, I knew I was pregnant. I called Mr. Smith to let him know.
Before we get to the specifics, let me allow him to give some background. Sir?
I did meet on a dating website. First time we met, we went to a park, walked around, left. Second time I met her, within a week, we had unprotected sex at a park in her car. So I don't know how 3 or 4 dates came about.
All right. What difference does it make? 1, 2, or 3? Yeah. You had unprotected sex with her. That's what caught my ear.
Right.
She says initially you pretended that you were having protected sex.
Negative.
And somehow later on it turned unprotected.
It's not that serious to what point I got to pull all them shenanigans and anything of the above. It was unprotected. It was consensual sex from there every time.
I guess she's gonna allege the child is yours, and if you had unprotected sex, you didn't think that you were gonna impregnate the woman, or did she
that
tell
was a
you
possibility
she was
at the same time. If you slept with me within a week of knowing me, who else who could you have slept with and whatnot, whatever. That's my thing. If I meet you on a Tuesday, we having sex by next Tuesday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
I asked you a very specific question, and that is, if you have unprotected sex with a woman, why wouldn't you think she'd get pregnant? Unless she was on contraception.
I know that it could happen, sir. I mean, Your Honor.
Everything he's saying is lightweight true until he's talk about that condom and us having sex on the second date.
And that was when he misled you.
Yes.
Told you he had a contraceptive. You saw it. And then it went away.
Yes.
That's your story.
That's the truth.
Okay.
It's not my story, it's the truth.
All right. And you say you had unprotected sex, but you deny paternity or not?
I don't know if the child is mine. If he is mine, I plan to take care of my son and go on so forth.
And that was when he misled you.
Yes.
Told you he had a contraceptive. You saw it. And then it went away.
Yes.
That's your story.
That's the truth.
Okay. And you say you had unprotected sex, but you deny paternity or not?
I don't know if the child is mine. If he is mine, I plan to take care of my son and go on so forth.
Plaintiff Deidre Lucky petitioned the court for a DNA test because the defendant is denying paternity of her baby.
All right, what did you say to him after you knew you were pregnant? You came and told him. What did he say?
I called him. I could hear the smile over the phone. And this was awkward to me because I was pissed off because I thought he had on a condom. Then I hear the cheese on the phone. Well, I'll help you with, I'm here to support you, whatever decision you want to make. I felt that was awkward for a man who told me he wasn't sure about having any more kids. So as we go on, okay, he went to go get his little vasectomy. Before that, we were supposedly together. He went to New Orleans, told me he was coming back with a ring, and he wanted to move to Las Vegas, where his cousin was. He leaves in December to go to another state. Come back after I had my son in January. Looked at my son looking at him. They look spitting image. This is when I see, after we had sex and he wants to do it again, I see a stain on his finger, on his ring finger. So I
You didn't
asked
see
him,
that either that night.
it was never there. I promise you. He was holding his from, let me finish this story. So I see the stain. I say, hey, what is that? I love myself, girl. No. I haven't seen this since I met you. Where did that come from? Oh, I was going to tell you I'm married. My wife want to meet you. She want my son to come down there. I said, wait a minute. So, of course, everything goes all bad here. We blow up. A couple of weeks later, I get an inbox from one of his cousins saying, what's going on out there? We try to figure out how many kids this man. I'm like, what do you mean, how many kids?
My cousin inboxed you. My cousin inboxed
I got the messages
Why?
right here.
Why would the cousin do that?
They have nothing to
Let
do
me
with
tell you.
Quiet,
yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Why?
that's what I said. So
You
he
said
gives.
what?
I said the same question he said. Why would you inbox me? I didn't know what was all going on.
What was the response?
So
why they did it?
Yeah, the cousin said, "Have you heard of this woman?"
I know. I want to know why. Because he's
woman-
denying it and he's going to allege his
Right.
rumor.
The woman.
So gossip.
Of course, the woman that he was dating for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
his wife had came to her home and threw bleach in her eye.
All right. He has a wife and several girlfriends and more kids, obviously.
Yeah,
and
12.
So let's
My son
get
was
to,
supposed to be
I
number
heard you,
5.
man. And he's not going to tell me there's 12 kids, I'm sure.
I ain't
He's
got
going to
no 12
deny that.
kids.
See, I knew that. And I don't believe this one. I don't believe that you never saw the big stain on his ring. You saw the condom at first, and then it just went away. You're not kidding me. So the emotional distress is for what?
Okay. Well, the emotional distress is because I believe that I was misled, first of all. I didn't know his name for the first few weeks. This man told me it was only me.
Oh, he told you a different name?
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right,
he
tell me
did.
about the child,
he
sir.
He did.
When
It's
she
on
came to
his
you about
page.
the child, what did you say?
I said, is it mine?
Why did you think that?
Because if you would sleep with me within the first week and have unprotected sex with me, who else could you have sex with? So therefore, I always had doubt if he was mine or not.
So if the child is yours,
I plan
then
to take care of my son and be there for him and so forth.
you all still live in the same town?
No, sir.
How far? How far do
Hour.
you live?
Hour away from each other.
Okay, well, that's pretty much the same area. You work?
Yes, sir.
What type of job?
Work at Walmart, and I do at a furniture store on the side.
2 jobs?
Yes, sir.
All right. Give you a little credit for that. And I'll allow child support services to deal with the issue of finances should this be your child. So why don't you go and get the DNA test for us? So glad to hear that you're willing to step up. And it's only been a year. The child is a year old.
No, he's 10. He'll be 9 months.
Okay.
15.
And that's
16.
not unusual for a guy to kind of be still suspicious after 9 months. Now, if you'd have come in here talking about the child is 8 or 10, and now all of a sudden, because I get that a lot. And all of a sudden they come in here and say, well, yeah, I don't know now, all of a sudden. As I remember 20 years ago.
Yeah, you're a good charmer. I can give you that. You know what the truth is. I know that. I didn't know his name for the first few weeks. You know, this man told me it was only me.
Oh, he told you a different name?
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right,
he
tell
did.
me about the child, sir.
He did.
When
It's
she
on
came to
his
you
page.
about the child, what did you say?
I said, is it mine?
Why did you think that?
Because if you would sleep with me within the first week and have unprotected sex with me, who else could you have sex with? So therefore, I always had doubt if he was mine or not.
Plaintiff Deidre Lucky petitioned the court for a DNA test because the defendant is denying paternity of her baby.
Give it to him. Let him read it. See what he thinks of that. Who the child belong to?
Child is mine, sir. Okay. Child is mine.
All right, you're smiling. That's what I want to see. All right. Ma'am, I don't give emotional distress for domestic disputes and unless it's an assault. That's typically the law. Boyfriend and girlfriends, they fight all the time. They lie on each other. They lie to each other, all of that. Everybody would be lying around the corner if I gave everybody some money for emotional distress who were lying and denying. All right, so I got to dismiss your claim. Go down to child support services and you'll get a lot more for 18 years. Have a good day.
At the end of the day, she wants to sit up there and tell lies and do all this extra. We were planning all these things, that was never true. At the end of the day, only thing that matters is our son.
He got the gift of gab. That's it. He lied. That's it. He lied.